Welcome to Middle School Math Course 1. This is Unit 6, Geometry Basics. Topic 3, Coordinate Planes. It looks a little different than the rest because it was necessary because we're going to work this together as if you're working in your student activity book. So, this at the bottom, you are used of by now. You're used of seeing your turn by now. Let's answer it together. True or false? There are 4 quadrants in a two-dimensional Cartesian coordinate plane, like the one above. Good. That is true. There are 4 quadrants. Excellent job. There are 4 sections. Excellent job. What is a coordinate plane? A coordinate plane is a flat grid made up of 2 number lines that cross at a right angle at the origin 0 and 0. So at the origin, the first 0 is x, and the second 0 is where it's y. It represents y. So the vertical line is the x-axis, the line that goes up and down like this. This is the y-axis. And the x-axis goes side to side, okay? In a straight line, though. That's the difference, in a straight line. So now the point where the lines cross is the origin 0, 0. So this right here means this is where it crossed, okay? Both lines cross right there. So that is 0, 0. They both start at 0. That's 0 on the x-axis, 0 on the y-axis. So remember, move left or right first because the first one you're going to find is the x-axis. It's always first. And then move up and down on the y-axis to find y. So we use coordinate planes to locate points using ordered pairs. They help us graph equations and relationships. An ordered pair is pretty much like we just seen 0 and 0. This right here is called an ordered pair. So they are used in real life for maps. These coordinate planes are used in real life for maps, games, designs, and more. They help us solve problems and make predictions. So they can help us find exact locations using the numbers. This is your turn. Let's go. True or false? Number 1, the vertical line is the y-axis that goes up and down north to south. Is the vertical line that goes up and down the y-axis? True. Yes. Excellent job. That is true. Circle true in your student workbook. Number 2, the horizontal line is the x-axis that goes side to side, west to east, or east to west, whichever one you need to look at first when you're doing the ordered pairs. Is that true or is that false? That is true. Excellent job. Now that you understand that the coordinate plane is the grid with the x and the y-axis, now let's speak about quadrant 1. It is in the upper right part of the coordinate plane. So what does 4, 3 represent? 4 in parentheses, comma 3 represents an ordered pair. An ordered pair lists 2 numbers in a set order, x, comma, y. The first number in that ordered pair is x, and the second number will always be y. So let's speak about the first number, x. This tells you, x tells you how to move. It's going to tell you whether you're going to go left if it's negative or right if it's positive along the x-axis. Positive numbers move right, so 4 means move 4 units to the right. Second number, that is the y. The 3 is in the y position in the ordered pair. So this tells you how far to move up or down along the y-axis. So since it is a positive number, it means move up. So 3 means move 3 units up from the 0. Because every time you start, you're starting at the origin 0 and 0. 0 on the y-axis, 0 on the x-axis. So move 4 units to the right and then move 3 units up. And at that point, you arrive at the point, parentheses, 4, 3 in quadrant 1. So always go left or right first to find your x-axis point, and then go up or down on the y-axis to find your y-axis point, which is the second number. So it all basically comes out to be 1 point in the end, all right? So your turn. True or false? The upper right part of the coordinate plane is quadrant 1. It also has all positive variables for x and y. Is that true or is that false? Will the x and the y always be positive numbers? Both of them or one of them? Will they always be positive? Yes, in quadrant 1, they will always be both positive. Excellent job. So that answer is true. Now let's move on to quadrant 2. The upper left part of the coordinate plane. Where's that? Right over here. This is quadrant 2. So that's where we are working at right now. Let's see. The point in parentheses, the ordered pair, -4, 3 is in quadrant 2. So let's break it down and see what it means, okay? So first, the number x. We're going to find the first number, which we assume is on the, which we know is on the x, it's on the x-axis. So we're going to move, remember, the x-axis moves left and right. So -4 is going to take us left on the coordinate plane. That means we're going to move left -4. Okay, so that means we're going to be right here. All right. Now we're going to move 3. But where are we going to move 3 on the y axis? Is it up or down? Up is positive. Good. We're going to move up 3 times. And from this point, you can go from 4 on the x-axis, -4 to 3. Go up to 3 and then bring it to the actual 3 on the y plane, on the y-axis. Now, hopefully yours is not as crooked as mine, but here is where it meets. Right over here. They both intersect right here. Okay? So this is where you would find this. -4, the ordered pair, -4, 3. Okay? -4 and 3. Excellent job. So we found the coordinate -4, 3 on the coordinate plane. Now let's move on to number 2. True or false? The upper left part of the coordinate plane is quadrant 2. It also has a -x variable and a positive y variable. Is that true? -x for a -x variable was 4 negative? Yes. Now was y positive? Yes, 3 is positive. Excellent job. So this answer is also true. Excellent job. Now we're going to work together. We're going to work together because at this point, I think we understand what's going on. So assist me with putting, we're going to place the ordered pair examples in this rectangle right here. We're going to place them in the coordinate plane at the bottom of your worksheet in your activity workbook. Okay, your student activity workbook. So let's do this together. We're going to find -3 and 2. -3 and 2. We need to find that ordered pair. -3 tells us on the x-axis, -3 is in the x position. So we move 3 times, we move 3 times over on the x-axis from 0. Okay, so here we are right here. Now we're going to go up. We're going to go two spaces up, okay, to number 2 because it's positive. So 1, 2, and here we are. Let's go all the way to number 2. Now let's put a dot. On this one, we're going to put a purple dot. I'm going to put a purple dot because I am doing it on the screen. But you can just put a dot. All right, excellent job. And on your sheet, I want you, well, no, you don't have to. You don't have to write the ordered pair because unless if you're using colors, yes, write the ordered pair because we're gonna match it by color. But if you're not using colors for your dot, then I need you to write the ordered pair somewhere in that vicinity of the dot. But be careful because we have 3 more dots to create on this coordinate plane. You can do it now or you can come back and do it, okay? So let's keep moving. Now we're going to work with green. So I'm going to use green and we're going to do the ordered pair -2 on the x-axis and -1 on the y-axis. So in this part, we're completely in the negative aspect, okay? -2 means I go on the x-axis, I go left. I go left from the 0. So 1, 2. I'm at -2 right here. And then on the y-axis, I'm going to go down because I'm going down -1. So from 2 on the x-axis, go down 1 time and then make it go towards the y-axis. Now go back where it started. Go back where it met, where it meets, where both lines meet, and put a dot. That is where the ordered pair -2 and -1 are. Okay, good. That's 2 ordered pairs down. Now let's go to the third ordered pair, which is +3 and -2. Where is that? +3 and -2. On the x-axis, positive moves right. So we're going to go right 3 times from 0, because we always start at 0, and move right 3 times. 1, 2, 3. We're at 3. Now we're going to move down -2. That's 1, 2. Good. Now make it go towards the y-axis so we can identify that that's where we're meeting, okay? So now where they both met, go ahead and put your little circle, which I should have switched it to blue, but I did not. So I'm going to take a blue and I'm going to go over what I just did. So make it blue. There we go. There we go. Make it blue. Excellent. Now let's go down to the pink ordered pair, which is 2 positive on the x-axis, and 3 positive on the y-axis. Where would that lead us? Let's go. So far, we have an ordered pair in each coordinate. So I can almost imagine where we're going, all right? So positive 2 on the x-axis brings us right over, let's see, I'm going to use, since it's pink, I will use, I guess I'll use, let's see, I'll use yellow. No, orange is good. I'll use orange since it's pink and I don't have that option. So move over 2 times on your x-axis. Once you get there, move up 3 times because it's positive 3 and positive on the y-axis moves up. So 1, 2, 3. And again, we're going to go towards the y-axis line. Now, where they meet and cross, we're going to make this that color. For you, you should be making it like a pink color. And this is considered your ordered pair. This is where the ordered pair would go for positive 2 and 3. Excellent job. I know it took a while, but in order to explain it, it's important for us to take our time and get it right so that we can understand it better. Excellent job. Now, this will immediately go into us fixing the problem. Correct the points above on the coordinate plane. All right? So first we're going to correct the points above that's on the coordinate plane. And then we will go below to the coordinate plane at the bottom and circle the correct ordered pair that the point is at. Okay? That the dot is at, the purple dot is at the bottom. So first let's go to the top and let's find out what's going on with negative 4 and 3. Let's see. Negative 4. Oh. On the x-axis, it's almost to negative 5. That's incorrect. We need to put it to where it's on negative 4. Now, how much do we need to go up? To 3. Good. So that part is correct. But we have to move our dot right here instead. Excellent. Now we're going to correct quadrant 1. Positive 4 and 3. So 4 on the x-axis. Uh-oh, no, it's showing me 5 on the x-axis. That is incorrect. So we're going to move that line right here. We're going to start at 4 and go up 3. 1, 2, 3. That is correct. So now we move it back to the y-axis and we put our dot in this location instead. Excellent job. You guys are really great at this. Now let's go to quadrant 3. Negative 3, negative 2 ordered pair. Is that correct? Huh, is it? Do we see negative 3 and negative 2? Yes, this one is correct. You can put a check on that one. Excellent job. Now let's move over to quadrant 4. Is that one correct? Let's find out. We are asked to find the ordered pair positive 3 and negative 2. It's almost on positive 3. So let's move it over to positive 3. And yes, it's on the correct y-axis. It's on negative 2. So let's go back to the y-axis. And we're going to move it over just a little right here. There we go. Now it's in the correct position. So now we have corrected the whole thing. All four are correct. One was already correct, but three have been corrected. Excellent job. I think you get the picture from now, right? Excellent. Now let's find out what the dot represents below on that coordinate plane. Let's read the plane. It, if we read the plane on the x-axis, we're going negative. So it's at -5, and let's go up to 3, +3. -5, +3. Which option is that? Yes, it's the second option. Great. That's what it is. The ordered pair is -5 and 3. Excellent job. You guys catch on so fast. All right. Excellent job. You made it through. You did it. I am proud of you. Each and every one of you, if you're a group. So wonderful job. And I hope that you revisit it again just to make sure you understand it in the summertime next summer. Excellent job. Like, comment, and subscribe, family and friends. We will see you next time. Bye for now.